The Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and lots of psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up, Creepers and Geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Guys, I hope you had a great weekend. Happy Sunday morning, by the way. We are here to answer a question, to respond to our friend Brian of Brian's Man Cave. He posed a question last night here on YouTube regarding whether or not a retro gaming community exists, and if we are a community, whether it be as a whole or as a group or what have you. And I'm prepared to speak upon the topic, but I do want to ask Brian one thing first in your video. Great topic, by the way. You went on and spoke on topic for the longest time, and oh, by the way, congratulations on that fucking award. Then out of nowhere, you mentioned real briefly the idea of people using the current events that's going on, basically drama amongst others within the community to gain their audience and get those clicks and those views. And I didn't think anything of it until after I sat and thought about your video. And I do that. I will watch these things and I will actually think about it and try to come up with something that's somewhat cohesive, so to speak. Though that very rarely ever happens here. Now, does it? But it made me wonder if you're more frustrated about current events and you don't want to talk about them, and I totally get that. And I didn't want to talk about it either. That's why I was as vague as I fucking could be when I was playing that game and talking. If maybe that was the genesis of the video itself, because I'm thinking to myself, at first it didn't seem like a left field topic, but then once you said those few little things for that microsecond, it all made sense. And I'm wondering if maybe you think that as a community we have failed because there are so many like that. I'm wondering if that's where you were really going with it. But that said, comment down below or make a whole nother video. I would prefer that, but either way, Brian, if you could clarify that, that would be amazing. On with the topic itself. So how I look at a community, I look at it as the whole, and then it breaks down into little subcategories. It's not really difficult. There's no fucking rocket surgery going on here. I'm not a fucking brain. But if you look at the Earth, you can look at that as a community, and then you break it down to continents and countries and cities, states, provinces, and little cities and towns, and then of course your actual neighborhood, you know. And even when you break it down to that level, to even just like one street, it's still a community, though we don't have that community sense anymore. We don't know our neighbors as well as we used to. Let's say we still did. It doesn't mean you and Mrs. Jones are going to agree or be into the same thing, but you're still a community, okay? So whenever there's a gathering of people, I consider that a community. So let's break that into gaming. You could look at the internet as the Earth, and then of course each subtopic, gaming as the country or the continent, and then keep breaking it down to what kind of gaming, what genre of gaming, what generation of gaming, what specific game itself, and it just keeps getting broken down and broken down. And you can get as convoluted or as complicated as you like, and you can sit there and say you're not part of a community because you only play Atari and we love Xbox over here. Those are douchebags. They belong in the Xbox community then, and that guy belongs in the Atari community. But I want to take all that and just make it go the fuck away. It's gone. I want to talk about individual communities. I talk about it a lot on my channel. I love my community. I love what we have built up. I go with the Atari.io groups, and there's a community there that Justin and his team has built. And that's its own individual. Brian, you have your community. You're part of my community, but you have your own, in which I am not also exclusively in. You have people in your circle that I am not affiliated with. So everyone has their own little community. And anyone who would sit there and say that doesn't exist, or that's not the case, is a fucking idiot, period. Your household is a community, okay? Your individual house, who you live with, whether it just be you and your fucking cat, or if it's you, your wife, a couple of kids, the neighbor's fucking kids because they got fucking thrown in jail and you're the trustee or whatever. That's your own individual community. And I look at community more like that than I do as a whole. Fuck the whole. I just look at it as I have my own little community here on the Atari Creep YouTube channel. Brian, you have your own on your channel. Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, Everybody. So you get the point. You get the point. Now, much like my neighborhood here, my community changes constantly. People who were here 5 years ago aren't here anymore. Maybe they pop in once in a while to come check out the old neighborhood. Maybe they never come back for whatever reason. But for some reason, people come and they go. And when people leave, other people come in and fill that space. The house across the street sells, a new family moves in. They're part of the community now. Now, there is that aspect of the random fuck from neighboring communities that come in just to cause a problem. They come in and then they disappear if you take care of them the right way. You know what I mean? Old neighborhood justice. I miss those days. But as a whole, I'm pretty sure you see where I'm going with this. So yes, I do believe that community exists. I believe that you build your own community, though there are larger aspects of it. And any dickhead who would sit there and say you're not part of the gaming community because you emulate is just that, a dickhead. And they don't know what they're talking about. They think things are inclusive and exclusive to their little world. And some people can't think outside of their own little world. That their ideas are the most important thing in the world and the only way it can be. I can't stand that person that sits there and says, this sucks. And I'm guilty of it. I'm wicked guilty as a fucking metalhead from the 80s and early 90s. I'm wicked guilty of, oh, it sucks. I don't think anything sucks. Except for attitudes. No, I think you don't like it. That's what I think. You don't like it. Doesn't mean I have to not like it. You know what I mean? Whether that's off topic or not, I don't know. I can never really tell. But your community has its people. Some people stay for a long time. Some people come and go. Other people just come in and cause fucking trouble. And then they get fucking bounced out, hopefully. Again, neighborhood justice. The more you know. And that's really it. I think community does exist, and it's what you bring to the table. It's your little world, and you can build it however you like. If you want to build it off of being a weaseling, bottom-feeding scumbag, and just chase the drama, then, you know, who am I to say that's wrong? You know what I mean? I don't like it, and I think it's scummy. Gets that guy 100,000 fucking subscriptions. Who the fuck am I gonna argue with it? I don't think it's the right way to go about doing things, and I've never really given a shit about subscriptions anyway. I am grateful for the 1,000 I just fucking reached. Holy shit. Actually, I'm like at 1,030 something now, I guess. It's crazy, but, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's the short of it. I believe we actually are a community, and it's really all about your circle. Fuck with outsiders stink. If they want to come in and join the community and be a productive part of it, awesome. If they want to come and go, awesome too. And I suppose that's really all there is to it. So Brian, again, great question. If you could follow up with me on that other part of the topic, I'd be curious. I'm wondering if you were just frustrated by a lot of current events and you were questioning the idea of us being a community because of nonsense like that. But how say you guys? Go ahead and leave your thoughts down below, or better yet, respond to this. You know, respond to Brian's Man Cave. You don't have to respond to me. Respond to Brian's Man Cave. Again, that link will be down below. Go check out that video so you know exactly what I'm talking about. At the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it will also be there if you're an easy clickety, because people, I guess, are lazy these days. So I'll put it right there in front of your fucking face so you don't have to work for it, okay? But either way, guys, go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the creep is positive. I hope you're doing well. And until next time, guys, thanks as always so much for watching. Take care. Creep it real. Community justice.